Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and we are on the free to play. Um, so I wanted to start with a couple of things. Been going over some comments. Love all the comments. Love everything you guys are saying. One thing I wanted to address was streaming. I want to get back to doing streams. The timing with me getting sick, I was supposed to stream on Saturday. I got sick. That didn't happen, of course. And I'm still kind of feeling it. So if there was a night that I would stream, it would probably have been tonight. But I'm still not fully recovered, and I'm actually gonna, because I'm off tomorrow and I can get all my dailies done tomorrow, instead of late, tonight being up until midnight. I'm actually gonna go to sleep after this recording and then play this game tomorrow. So I'm still recovering. I'm getting much closer to kind of being that full strength 100%, but it's a little difficult right now just to kind of get through, just to have that energy. I don't want to sit there and do a stream where I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, hi, what's up? Like I wanna give you guys a little bit more energy than that and kind of have some fun and do some fun stuff, just hanging out even. So I just realized I have to do Hydra on this account. We'll do that on the recording. It shouldn't take too long. Um, but streams will be coming. I promise you. I'm going to be doing streaming again. Um, I I would suspect I could probably do one this coming Saturday. I'm technically off Sunday. I have a meeting Sunday morning, and it's really early, so I probably couldn't stream all night. But just because I haven't given you guys anything in a while, I'll do a stream on Saturday night at 9 o'clock, my usual stream time, and we'll probably cut it kind of short, maybe more like the midnight time. Because I do have to go into work for a meeting, but then I'm off the rest of the day, so I could maybe nap or, just take it easy. I don't have to worry about being too, stressed that following day. So, okay. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Okay. Godseeker is probably, 58, but I have been slowly farming her masteries. I basically set it overnight to run. If you use RSL Helper, it's called Run Effective Resources, and that basically says whatever energy I generate, every time I generate enough energy to do a Minotaur run, they do it, right? So I'm not spending gems, I'm just spending energy when I'm away from the computer. I want to stick around 2,000 gems right now for the upcoming fusion, because that's going to be my resource pool, basically, right? That's shards if I need them. It's energy if I need it. It's even silver, I think. I'm pretty sure there is a... I wouldn't spend gems on silver. That's a lot of gems for very little silver in actuality. But if push came to shove, right? So the gems are a big life source on most accounts. So I want to make sure that I'm paying attention. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of gems on masteries right now, only to come up short during the fusion. And I do want to elaborate on the fusion a little bit. I do think the fusion's good because, on my main account, well, first of all, I don't really need Necro on that account anymore. I'm going to go for it on the main account as well, but the way that I kind of look at it is I use Lady Kimmy in that role on the main account of Nekmothar, right? She's like a budget Nekmothar. The new fusion, I feel like, is a budget Nekmothar, and I think that I may never get a Lady Kimmy or a Nekmothar on this account, and would feel really confident having this new fusion champion on this account going into Hydra. And I have a pretty good Hydra team for the future. Now, the Hydra team I use right now, it gets me enough, and we're going to show you. I'm going to do Hydra for you guys. It gets me enough damage to get a chest, or 2 chests from Hydra. Totally happy with that. That's all I'm looking to do at this time on this account. So, when I get to a point where this account starts taking Hydra a little more seriously and tries to progress and tries to get Hydra Clash points, well, then the fusion is going to be really valuable. I can put her in the lead. She's going to give me that healing. She's going to give me that turn meter. And hopefully by then I'll have pulled a Shamil. That's really the biggest kind of issue. However, I do have Rector Drath, so if I don't pull Shamil, I can go the whole... words are hard. I just need to look at her, because I can't remember what the... Veil. There we go. I remembered it. Yeah, she brings that perfect veil, which will get you around the mechanics of the Fear Head, and also reduce damage that you take, and in Rector Drath's case, give you healing. So I could go that route until we get an Inquisitor Shamil, and I feel confident that I'll be able to pull an Inquisitor Shamil at some point, whether it's from some kind of event or something. He's a very valuable champion. I've got 2 of him on the main account, and I know that I'll probably at some point come across an Inquisitor Shamil. So, all right. Now, oh, and sorry, when that happens, then I'll have the makings for this team that I'm talking about, is what I was getting at. Sorry about that. So, let's talk account. Now, I am still getting the masteries on Godseeker, so I did not gear Godseeker. I did not put Godseeker in Clan Boss today like I said I would. I did try a different team today, so I took Skull Crusher out and put Venomage in, and I actually think that's going to yield better. It yielded a lot more damage. It just doesn't last as long, I guess, because we don't have the guaranteed of uptime of the Ally Protect, because we don't have it across the 2 champions, right? But I do think that it's probably better if I'm going to use a buff extender to use 1 Ally Protect champion, and I think Taragi is the one. Extend. Don't get me wrong. Counterattack's amazing, especially with all the A1s that I have out of my team. But if you look at the individual damage that they're all putting out, they all do significantly more damage than when Skull Crusher is in the team. You know, him and Deacon are doing like 1 million damage, and everyone else is doing like 5 to 8 million. And so when I took him out, all the damage dealers did, 5 to 8 million, right? And so, I don't know. I think I like having Venomage in there, over, Skull Crusher. So, but I've got plenty of time to play around with it, tinker with it, and try and find a team that can really, really work for me. But I am excited to play with it and see what we can figure out. So that is the plan. And once Godseeker gets masteries done, I'm going to work Godseeker in, get the gear going. I appreciated all of your comments. So regarding, her abilities and stuff, I guess I don't have to worry about. In my head, I'm thinking like, oh, I can just, if you have ever seen like the turn meter increase teams, not turn meter, cooldown increase teams, like the shield ones that were real, powerful before certain champions got nerfed, they'd have like 30 turn cooldowns on stuff. And I was wondering if I could pull something like that. Well, not 30 turns worth, but I did wonder if I could get Godseeker to be fast enough, or in like a reflex set or something where she would just, all she had to do was get her ability back to back twice, was my thought. Wholly inconsistent, I'm sure. And so it was something I thought about. Maybe I'd play around with, but obviously, you guys pointed out many little things in that, and well, is that Cardiel on her shield? I never noticed that before. I mean, that hair line looks like Cardiel. And the spear, that's definitely Cardiel. That's cool. Okay. Anyways, the plan is to kind of go with what a lot of you suggested and just kind of getting her speed tuned. I know how to use the offer calculator. I know how to use the calculator for Deadwood Jedi. I've used it to build my unkillable teams on the main account. I've never done it for a killable team, but I think once I get Deacon out of there and put Godseeker in, the speeds become a little more manageable because I'm not dealing with these added problems. I might need to turn off the A3 on Rathalos because he can kind of mess up speed tunes a little bit by giving himself that increased speed buff. On a 3-turn cooldown. I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm just saying it. I'm aware of this going into it because I know that Odd One did a similar move, I think, on his free-to-play challenge account. Also, the results for the free-to-play challenge account, free-to-play challenge clan boss came out. The scores for it, I thought we did the scoring for it weeks ago. I was wrong. I was definitely wrong about how they did the scoring for it. Odd One, we won. I was technically part of the 2-man team, but I wholly got carried by Odd One because he's one of the only people that did Ultra Nightmare, according to the scores. I don't know if they're still where they were posted. There they are. Yeah, so Team Odd One got 250 points, but I don't really know how they did the scoring on that because it is a little confusing. Okay, so it was an oopsie. That's why I'm confused. So ignore me because those scores are not official. But anyways, so I don't know if I screwed us over because I haven't played that account in like a week now. If actually more than that. And I've just been way too burnt out. But I am going to give the kind of the finale on it. Because that was kind of, for me, that was the finish line, was Clan Boss on that account. So I'll give you guys an update on it. We'll discuss and kind of talk about the shortcomings, because there were many of them, and what I would do differently next time. And I hope there is a next time. I'm actually really excited about doing a next time, and I think it would be a lot more fun the second time around, going into it with a different mentality that's a little more directed in specific areas. Also, knowing what I know now about how to use RSL Helper. Also, one of the problems running, I meant to mention this earlier, when I was running Godseeker using RSL Helper to get her masteries, of course they updated the game like last night, and then they did it again today while I was at work, and so both times it was like it got cut off, and it wasn't able to finish, and I was super sad. So, cool. Okay. Now, I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. So Godseeker will be coming. She's going to fix everything. I hope to have her masteries done in a pretty short time using not only effective resources energies overnight, but also the energy that I would generate throughout the day. I wouldn't be surprised if I have her masteries done by tomorrow. Maybe I have to use some gems to get that done. I'm okay with a little bit of gems. I just don't want to spend like 600 gems worth to get her fully mastered. So, but we'll address that, tomorrow. But what I do want to get in this episode, because I didn't want to leave you guys, I almost didn't record today because I'm just so exhausted and ready for a nice day of full rest. Just me and my family. We've already said, hey, we're just gonna hang out around the house. Everyone's still recovering from this little illness, and so I'm excited to kind of hang out with the family and do that kind of stuff. Also, I'm gonna do this on camera. I'm not gonna summon him, but we have enough fragments for Yakarl, who is amazing, as we've talked about in the past. So I actually have enough now to pull Yakarl. So if we do go into a champion chase, I can go into this champion chase coming up knowing that I can pull 3 legendaries at will. And I'm very close to a 4th one. That's the thing I wanted to talk about, and I'm glad I clicked this because I want to... There are 2 camps in this game. I have sat there and said, I am not a fan of Rosin. I don't like Rosin. I think Rosin's weaker than a large pool of the game, and people came at me. And then there's another camp of people that, or the people that love Rosin came at me. And then, the people that hate Rosin came after me this time when I was like, well, he is a legendary and he can do these things. And, so I just want to be crystal clear about my comments and my thoughts about Rosin for this account. Let's not, on my main account, Rosin's 50, never been used on any, not even in Faction Wars, right? That's a stacked account. Rosin didn't make the cut, probably never would on an account like that, right? On a free-to-play account, though, Rosin will be very good in Faction Wars, just plain and simple. Look, he's way too slow. I get that. Let me not click on him at level 1. And let's kind of talk about this. So, he's way too slow. I totally get that. He has an insane 6-turn cooldown. That is, a death sentence in this game. I mean... I'm hesitant to use people with 4-turn cooldowns at the stage of the game that we're in, right? So to have something that is a 6-turn cooldown when booked, and that's 3 legendary books, which are very hard to get on this account, just to put something into a 6-turn cooldown, that's insane. It is a good ability, decreasing the entire turn meter of the enemy team. You know who else can decrease the turn meter of the enemy team? Armand's. Oh, but he steals it. So even better, right? However, Faction Wars, turn meter control, right? But what I really am more concerned about outside of that one ability, right? I mean, we can mock that ability, and I think it's well documented that Rosin definitely needs a buff. I don't think even the haters, or even the people that love Rosin aren't going to argue with that. They're going to say, well, he needs a buff, but yeah. I do love, though, on a 3-turn cooldown, which is what I'd like to see, he brings decreased defense and weaken. So if we take this out of the equation, let's just ignore it for now, and ignore his speed for now. Being able to bring decreased defense and weaken, while it is on a single target, and I definitely went into this conversation thinking it was an AoE, because why would it be on a single target? And it is. That's upsetting. This should be an AoE. Regardless, he can help in Faction Wars, I suppose. But I wasn't necessarily saying that legendaries... there are bad legendaries in the game. I got Gamaran. Someone mentioned it, I think, in the comments. I got Gamaran on my main account. I was super upset. You know, like, there are bad legendaries in the game. I'm not saying that just because a legendary is a legendary that they have to be good, but they tend to have some value. I mean, they may not be amazing, but they might bring some value. Now, there are huge exceptions, right, with Gimran, but he has some interesting mechanics, like placing a block revive on dead targets. No one else does that. I'm not saying it's groundbreaking or good. I'm just saying that nobody else does it. So, you know, but there are some legendaries that get a bad rap, but are totally viable, too. I remember I pulled Royal Huntsman, I think was the first legendary champion that I pulled out of shards. And the first thing that you do, at least I did, was go look and be like, oh, is Royal Huntsman any good? And I think he had like a 3 or something. And I never understood the game well enough to judge his kit accordingly. I think it's an okay kit. Great PvP nuker. You know, single target hit, can ignore 100% of defense. I mean, true damage. We're seeing what can be done with true damage with Rathalos. So there's definitely like an interesting kit here, but I was very upset when I pulled Royal Huntsman, you know, and at the time I didn't know any better. So, you know, I didn't want to put resources, you know, I wanted the big names that you always hear about in the game, right? Kaimars, that sort of thing. But anyways, my point is, because I feel like I'm rambling and I'm going to get so much hate for all the things that I've said, you know, people are going to come at me and be like, Royal Huntsman or Guardsman is great. You know, I'm not trying to knock him. I'm just a Royal Huntsman. And I'm just saying, just from personal experience, that, you know, there are champions that you're excited about. And then there are champions that it's like, oh, okay, you know. I feel like Razin kind of falls into the okay kind of category. And he's always there if I am struggling for points for champion chase. Now, I know the common strategy when it comes to free-to-play accounts, like the big free-to-play players on here that have been playing for a very long time, I'm pretty sure that kind of the strategy is to not fuse Razin. Not because he's, I mean, partly because he's not very strong, but also because you can just generate so many points during champion chase events by just fusing these epics over and over. The moment you fuse Razin, you can no longer fuse these epics, and it takes some stuff off the board for you. So, I understand that is a strategy for free-to-play accounts. And when I say, like, those are the hardcore free-to-play accounts that are, like, are super efficient. What the intent of this account has always been was to be one that's a little more approachable to the everyman. You know, somebody that wants to play this game, wants to play it free-to-play, but doesn't necessarily want to play the game for multiple hours a day. You know, I wanted to help teach other people kind of how to play the game, not necessarily be the best free-to-play player. And I think that's why I struggled in the free-to-play challenge, but that's for another video. All right. I rambled on about a lot of stuff tonight. Let's do the fun stuff now, since you guys suffered through me rambling, and let's go ahead and pull shards. I actually wasn't, or not shards, let's summon souls. I wasn't gonna summon souls originally. I didn't realize that this was a boost as well to getting the 6-star perfect souls. I thought this was just a soul chase, So I'm very happy to pull anytime I have a boost. That's what I'm good. That's when I'm gonna pull souls now. So if they do it like they do shards and they do soul chases alongside the awakening boosts, I'm only gonna pull for soul chases now. So let's start with the little guys. Let's check the wish list here. We have Cold Heart now, so Cold Heart needs to get moved up the list. Now I already have a soul for Cold Heart. I think I have a soul for Soul Bond as well. Do I have a decent soul on my Kale? I don't think I do. But Bellower, I think, gets pulled out here. Because Bellower's not leveled yet. And will be for Faction Wars, but that's really it. Cold Heart, though, is a very important piece on this account. But so is Kale, with Soul Bond kind of being the runner up there. I don't think there's anybody else on here that I would want to have a soul more than Soul Bond, I should say. Okay. So that part's updated. I'm going to take Skull Crusher off of here. Godseeker doesn't need it as much. Maybe Venom Mage. I feel like my nukers are going to get more value out. I mean, the stat increases are nice too, but I feel like the nukers are going to get more value out of... I know what I'd put him in, especially for the healing. Do I want Godseeker or Venomage? I don't really know what I would put Godseeker in as far as an awakening goes. I know what I have her in on the main account, but that's irrelevant here at this time. Maybe in the future, but at this time it's irrelevant. So, yeah, I'll go with this. Okay. And then for legendaries, I definitely want an awakening on Arbiter. I think I still want Sun Wukong. And Rathalos is already pretty high on the awakening, but I would love if I was to get another one. I mean, he's 3-star Awaken. I don't think I have any Awakening on the Ultimate Death Knight. And the Awakenings and the Legendaries can be a very big deal. So I think this is what I'm going to go with here. And, alright, so let's go ahead and pull the little guys and get started. Starting off with a Legendary. Ugir, don't have them. Soul Bond, okay. I think I already had a 2-star. I think... Hey, that might be really good on Kale. For real, that might be very, very good for Kale. Yeah, so we just went up by 2 stars there. So that's really, really good. Definitely going to upgrade that, get that Phantom Touch stronger. He's going to do more damage for sure now. Soul Bond, I think, yeah, so that must be a lesser than what Soul Bond's already got. I can never find her. Yeah, Soul Bond's already got a 4-star, so I didn't realize that. So let's change the wish list a little bit. We take Soul Bond off, put Bellower back on, and I'll keep Kale. I'll keep Kale. Collect those coins. So who did we get? The 1-star ones can go. Is that Coffin Smasher one How far ascended is my Coffin Smasher? Yeah, he's also a 4-star already. So we can sell that one. We'll keep the Alhain one for secret rooms. You'll see we've got 2-star for our Mons. I just haven't gotten around to upgrading him. And we already have a 1-star for Godseeker that I just haven't awoken yet. And Coldheart. She's 2-star, so I can awaken her as well. Just doing this while I remember. Yeah, so I don't have any on UDK. Geo doesn't have any. Taragi doesn't have any. Interesting stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some more here. That's not the right spot. There we go. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it, right? It's a free 1-star. I'm happy about it. I'm going to keep her in the wish list, though, because I would love for her to get a higher level soul than that. A 4-star Snick Track. Interesting. Man, we're hitting the legendary jack. Yes, there we go. Let's go. Let's go. So currently my Ultimate Death Knight does have a fair bit of accuracy on him. So this kind of changes the game for Ultimate Death Knight a bit because I can put him in Brimstone. So I'm happy about that. I am going to change my wish list. No. I'll keep it. I'll keep the wish list. Yeah, I can't complain about any of those. Those were 3 pulls with 2 wish list hits in a row. I'm happy about that. I'm gonna buy some more of the little guys here. I'm gonna pull these big ones though. Wow. That ups the value of my Syl drastically. If I'm not mistaken, that is a 100% chance to land Brimstone. Or is it 75% chance? We're going to go look in a second. I wanted to pull one more here. Okay. So... Nope. Okay. 60%. Oh, but it gains protected status at 5 stars. That's actually really big. That's actually really big to gain the protected status. I suppose I could have looked at Syl, actually, instead of just a random champion. But, so it is the protected version of Smite, which is good. And getting an extra 75 resist and 75 accuracy. That kind of ups Syl's value by quite a bit on this account. To land a 5-star blessing. Those are very rare on a free-to-play account, of course. So, very, very interesting. And with her decreased speed as well, she can be really valuable as kind of a pseudo healer, reviver, decreased speed, you know, on bosses other than clan boss and other ones that obviously can't be decreased speed. But really happy with my pulls here. I am going to pull some more of the little guys, because these ones, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but the gray coins you can't spend anywhere else, right? So you just have to buy these guys. Because if you buy the essence, it uses the gold and then the big coins. I'm gonna start saving these coins. As much as I love, probably not. We'll see. I'm probably not gonna save them. I'm probably gonna spend them. I don't know. It's fun. All right, let's clear out my soul collection. This is a much longer video than it probably needs to be. 1-star souls are definitely gone, and then weaker champions that I'll never use are going to be gone. I feel not great about getting rid of these particular 1-stars on these epics, but because these are definitely epics that I would use if I'd pull them, but I can always buy the 1-star ones in the shop is kind of my thought process. And not the legendary ones. Those are expensive, so I'll keep those. I don't see a reason to upgrade my storage capacity here. Let's go ahead and pull 10 more. Oh, I meant to click, but I didn't mean to click. Okay. Not a whole lot here. Okay, that's an upgrade. We'll take it. Definitely going to take an upgrade to Cold Heart. And I'll definitely talk about the blessings I'm going to pick on her here soon. Once I get her built, we'll go over the blessings and why I picked the ones that I do. I thought that was another Cold Heart. Alright, let's clear some room. Keep the Fellhound. Music sneaks up on me sometimes. I just start dancing to it. Alright. Really want to pull these. I just don't know that if I do hit on the wish list, right, is it going to matter? Oh, I guess what I'm more... Oh, wow, I'm first place in the tournament? This has got to be a different tournament, right? Or is nobody else pulling their souls yet? I did pull a lot of legendaries, didn't I? I'll take a Void friggin' Shard. Thank you very much. I am very far away from a legendary book right now. I will say this. I'm going to hold those points, those coins in reserve for now. Oh, by the way, also, I gave up on this event on the free-to-play. These are great resources, admittedly. Yeah, I just gave up on it. I didn't feel like... I know, a great suggestion, by the way, to use the gear removal cost to my advantage and just put my best gear on Armiger while doing the event. Obviously, I didn't do that. But yeah, I'm not that worried about it. It was quick and easy on my main account because I had 2 uncommons that were 60. On this one, it's just not quick and easy, even with putting great gear on him. He's not going to be able to solo the difficulty at which the pace would ramp up. So, and it doesn't help that I haven't really been feeling good and able to kind of focus on what I want to do. I'm going to say this right now because one of the reasons that I'm waiting to, and I'm not going to, if I was closer in points to something, I'd probably buy 2 more Immortal Soulstones, but I don't think they're going to make the difference in the point jump here, and get me to the keg, or the legendary book, right? Because if you consider how many legendary souls I pulled, I don't think that I'm going to come up with 300 points. I mean, perhaps if I pulled some... Didn't I pull crazy mythicals? Was it on this account that I sold those mythicals? No, that was on my main account. That video is going to be coming tomorrow for the main account pull. Yeah, like that Sill was 450 points. And I'm still only at like 740 points. That's how low the point values can be. I don't know that it's worth it. I don't think I'm going to get any of these like top tier prizes, meaning the legendary books. And right now I have a significant lead. So if I can save some resources while keeping an eye on this tournament, maybe if somebody passes me and goes to like 750, oh, okay, well, let me pop another shard real quick, or another soul real quick, and pass you, pal. So I'll play it by ear, and obviously record everything that I do. I still might just run this. Because I don't know how much energy to get the 56 points. I don't know how many times I ran it to get that 56 points is kind of the kicker. So it's hard to say. I mean, at least to the 305. It's very tempting when you look at it and you're like, 305 points. I also am considering doing the Sand Devil here. I've done it before on this account. 2,000 points is actually surprisingly attainable for somebody that doesn't, or that does Sand Devil at such a low level. You know, we do stage 5 of Sand Devil, but that actually generates plenty of points for me. And then I'd be able to get another soul to pull. So we will see. But I did just talk about wanting to spend all my energy on Godseeker, and I think that's a better use of my energy. Either way, way too long of a video. I do apologize for that, guys. I'll forego my begging and pleading for subscribers this time. I said I would keep doing it until we hit 1,000. We're getting close, but I'm not going to go through the whole spiel. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.